Here is my presentation on R3, putting the fin back in fintech. Introduction. The birth of fintech technology companies, also known as fintech, was not by accident, but by providence, as the need to meet the rigid financial transactions calls for innovation and the inclusion of technology in operations of financial sector. The improvement of technological innovations gave rise to the need to develop different applications to meet the requirements of financial industry. One of such innovation is the introduction of the blockchain technology, which is decentralized, distributed ledger that records the provenance of a digital asset. The blockchain technology is a set of physical block of information being held by a chain. It is known as distributed ledger technology. Assets are unilateral, unaltered, and transparent through the use of decentralization and cryptographic hashing. The aim of distributed ledger technology, or DLT, is to eliminate central database. It is synonymous to Bitcoin, which is a digital currency, which is a part of an innovative peer-to-peer electronic cash system, enabling online payment to be transferred without an intermediary, also referred to as cryptocurrency. The emergence of fintech. The emergence of fintech arises as a result of the need to close the vacuum available in the financial sector, such as the banks, which incur huge operational costs, regulatory costs, and costs associated with opening an account is on the rise. The need to solve the bottleneck associated with physical banks and the sudden emergence of startup in technology sector gave the precedence to the need to develop technology to solve problems faced in financial sector. From the word fintech companies, we have financial technology companies, which are collaborations of banks with financial institutions, technology startups, and investors. Such fintech companies like DRW, Align Commerce, Perkins, Plaid, Avant, Coinbase, R3, Strip, Staff, Acons, Zenefits, and Credit Karma, etc. In Nigeria, we now have fintech companies like Crowrywise, FluteWave, PayStack, Andela, Entrazav, CowryPay, Kiakia, M-Naira, Cassava, ChatPay, Amplify, etc. These companies that are fast helping to close the vacuum that exists in the financial sector today. We have great investors in fintech like R3 Company, Satya, Patel, Bill Tranchant, Andrew Bibi, Gary Tan, Pete Flint, etc. Today, due to the benefits associated with blockchain technology and R3, design of CODA in the areas of security and costs, various banks have keyed into the technology offered by R3, with banks like Bangkok Bank, BBVA, BNB Paribas, HSBC, ING, Intesa, Sampolo, Mizuho, RBS, Scotiabank, etc. Advantages of blockchain technology. 1. According to Richard Lumb, blockchain technology will help solve the problem of clearing houses, which is done through messages and manual reconciliations. 2. It could help investment banks to save money to the tune of billions of dollars. 3. Allows for access of data by third-party restriction. 4. Prevents easy exploitation of financial data by hackers or malicious wares. 5. Data can be shared and viewed by parties only authorized. 6. It enables data encryption as safe as possible. 7. Data can only be updated or edited based on agreed rules among parties privy to the agreement. 8. It allows for the use of keys and signatures to control who could do or handle what along the transaction chain, etc. Moving forward, distributed ledger technology versus traditional banking architecture. It is quite appealing to see the drastic improvement in the banking sector due to the advancement in technology and the emergence of various fintech companies, one of which R3 championed in order to avoid bottleneck and vulnerability of the financial sector to hackers and other unauthorized users to financial information. I remember that back in those days, to operate a bank, it was quite tedious, and one can only transact business in the bank he opened in an account in Nigeria. Until the introduction of sophisticated technology, the advent of internet, which has made it possible to transact businesses from the comfort of your office or from your home. It is no doubt that financial institutions were early adopters of technology, which has made it easy for the operations to be digitalized and automated. Despite this advent, there's need to improve on the shortcomings witnessed in this sector as individual banks maintain its ledger, which leads to duplication of records by other banks, which gave room to inconsistencies and errors which needed to be reconciled. To reconcile this, the need for distributed ledger technology known as DLT is quite essential, which has made possible by peer-to-peer network, public key cryptography, and consensus algorithms. The following differences are imminent between distributed ledger technology and traditional banking. 1. DLT allows proper encryption of user data or information, while this is not readily available with traditional banking. 2. DLT ensures strict compliance with individual privacy, while this is not practicable with traditional banking. 3. Agreements are codified and digitalized with DLT, while this is not applicable with traditional banking. 4. DLT aids the decentralization of financial transactions, while traditional banking aids centralized transactions. 5. DLT prevents unauthorized users from gaining access due to sophistication in security apparatus. While with blockchain, this is not applicable with traditional banking. 6. Execution of transaction is swift with DLT. Since there are no bottlenecks, this is not applicable with traditional banking as various processes need to be adhered with. Moving forward, R3 and the creation of Coda. R3 created Coda based on three most common use cases of a cash balance, a security under custody, and a bilateral derivative agreement. One of the beliefs of the company is the distributed ledger technology had potential to transform the financial services industry. It believes that transactions can be transacted seamlessly without errors. R2 remains a fintech company that creates technology solutions focused on finance, which helps to boost confidentiality and other issues of existing blockchain technology. The company built Coda from scratch, which is geared to solve some financial market issues using blockchain technology and also to close the vacuum existing in the general distributed ledger technology known as DLT. The Coda platform designed by R3 included new transaction types, execution of transactions in parallel, direct peer-to-peer communication between nodes in the network, the presence of multiple notaries employing various consensus. Algorithm, elimination of global broadcasts and sharing of data on a need-to-know basis. The Coda platform was able to simplify financial operations, ensure regulatory efficiency, which allows for real-time monitoring of financial activities. It enables risk reduction, reduced clearing time, improvement in liquidity and capital and financial minimization of fraud. These advantages and the features of Coda, which allows for data to be shared between two parties involved in a transaction, unlike others that allow data to be distributed to all parties. The permissibility of transacting is based on agreements between parties involved in the transaction. Moving forward, here is a comparison between distributed ledger technology and RS Coda. 1. DLT allows for distribution of data to all participants in the blockchain, while R3 Coda does not. 2. A consensus has to be reached even if parties took part or not in the transaction for the DLT, while that does not apply to Coda, since only parties privy to the transaction are allowed. 3. Money can be made out in thin air with DLT as a result of risk of double spending if a defined order couldn't be established. This does not apply to RS Coda technology. 4. DLT's consensus among participants is based on proof of work, POW, and data mining, while Coda's interpretation of consensus is neither based on POW nor data mining. 5. While the general DLT is not as redefined, Coda, which provides more refined access to records as well as enhanced privacy. 6. Unlike DLT, which uses ordinary notes, Coda uses special notary notes. R3's Coda was able to maintain its sustainability due to its unique strategy, which entails having customers as its investors. expanding the use of distributed ledger technology to synchronize finance with technology, and lastly, on an open source platform to allow growth within the industry. Since R3 launch its DLT in September 2015, its staff strength has grown from 8 to 110 professionals, from 9 veteran banks to 80 global financial institutions, and regulators on 6 continents. This has made it possible for the company to be able to raise a record of $107 million, which was at the time in 2017 the largest single investment in a blockchain company to date from investors across Europe, Asia Pacific, and America. Concluding, to further ensure R3's Corda platform accessibility in the fintech industry, an open source was created which enables developers to develop products free of charge on Corda. It allows banks to develop their in-house applications on Corda to ensure more efficiency and effectiveness in providing financial solutions in the fintech space. Today, we have various fintech companies championing blockchain technology to further enhance how financial businesses are being done. It will go down in history lane that R3, as a fintech company, has contributed immensely to the distributed ledger platform in managing and synchronizing financial engagements among regulated financial institutions, and also have been able to spearhead the third wave of blockchain technology platforms. Thank you.